girl T here, back with another Ttime Tuesday / Wednesday / it's now Thursday vidya. I know y'all are having a beautiful blessed day because we're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is, I'm the only validation I need. I am the only validation I need. We're tea timers, so we know we validate ourselves. Point blank, period. That's what I wanted to do my video about today. When you are manifesting anything, SP, money, love, peace of mind, whatever, self-concept, what have you, put anything in that blank spot. You will get to a point where your desire will come, whether you dropped it, you declared it, you affirmed it into your existence. But if you are not constantly reinforcing your identity of who you declare yourself to be, it's going to leave as quickly as it comes in. And I do videos about this all the time, but I feel like a lot of you don't recognize this until you actually receive your 3D desires in the 3D. Like, we always are receiving them up here, but for whatever reason, 99% of you believe that the desire is not tangible until you see it in the 3D. The 3D is an effect to you being the cause. So anything in your life, take it from 0 upwards. You wanted something, you focused on it, you got it. You didn't want something, you focused on it, you got it. Same routine, same ritual, same result. When we're older, because we've been conditioned by society to think opposite order, focus on the negative all the time, wait for the shoe to drop, think that the world is out to get us, we learn that everything comes with a price. Work is only, or things are only received after hard work, long amounts of stress, long amounts of pressure. We have to basically sell our soul to get where we want, etc. The list can go on, but the world conditions us to put a negative context with getting what we want, elevating ourselves, putting ourselves on a pedestal. When we bump into conscious manifestation, whichever way it is, we start seeing synchronicities, coincidences, etc., and we start researching conscious manifestation, we realize that our thoughts, beliefs, energy, etc. can align us to a certain reality where what we want is already ours. And if we stay there long enough, it will be ours. The point is that when we are using a technique, a lot of the times, that's what most of y'all are coming to me with, is techniques, we'll get the desire. Let's take SP, because SP is by far the most popular topic. You've been manifesting them for so long. Trust me, I did this myself, so I know the routine. You manifest them for so long, whether you affirm, you have visuals, you do a combo of the two, you write in your journal, you do all the things, right? They come in, they start acting funky, you get panicky, you stop focusing on yourself, you start texting with them, their texts are intermittent, they're hot and cold, they disappear again, or you go on a date, something goes wrong, they trigger something within you, you respond in a weird way, and then you make up the whole story about why they're never going to call you again. This is what I'm telling you. When your desires appear in your reality, you have to continue to remind yourself of who you are on a minute-by-minute basis. And when something comes to you, a desire per se, and it is inflaming something within you that is trying to force you into your old identity, whether it's I'm not chosen, I'm not wanted, I'm not whatever, fill in the blank with whatever your old identity was, that is the sweet spot where you have to say, if I am now the such and such person I've declared myself to be, how am I responding to this from the new identity? And so many of you do not take that minute or two to ask yourself that question and respond from a calm, cool place, or respond from I just took an hour to spiral out about this, and then bring myself back to home base that I always tell you guys about, which is your place of peace, whether it's saying everything in my life is perfect over and over until you calm yourself down. I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. Whatever works for you to get yourself in a neutral place. Go for a walk, take a shower, take yourself out for dinner, whatever brings you back down to peace. From there, ask yourself, if I'm that said person that I told myself I am, how would they respond to the situation? I'll give you an example. This is just going to be off the cuff. So let's say you're manifesting your SP. They come in, you guys are texting for a really long time, and then they finally ask you out on a date, or the text chain stops, or they do ask you out on that date and the date goes, in your perception, a little bit wonky, and you get left with your thoughts. You come home from the date, you're like, oh, they didn't even lean in to kiss me. Oh, they said that one thing about not being interested in a serious relationship. oh my God, does this mean that they're not interested in me? But I just got them back. Like, do they not want to have a serious? This is when you have to pause before you spiral, because this is pre-spiral. And if you can calm yourself down enough in this moment, how would I deal with this as the woman who has it all? How would I deal with this? How would I deal with them saying what they did on the date? Oh yeah, I would realize that I already have them, that they're mine. And then you would go internal or talk out loud, whatever works for you. You know you want me. You know that you don't go for serious relationships, but I'm the only option for a serious relationship. You know that everybody else pales in comparison to me. You know that you want this more than life itself. You know that you want this more than the air I breathe, and so on and so forth. And you soothe yourself down that way, and you tell yourself, I'm the greatest thing alive. I'm the greatest thing that ever hit the planet. Who wouldn't want me? You look in the mirror, how beautiful are you? How amazing are you? How outstanding are you that anybody would dare not want you? This is the procedure to calm yourself down and bring yourself back to the aligned reality of being the woman or man who has it all, or whatever you've declared yourself to be. It doesn't look like spiraling, throwing things at the wall, calling all your friends, telling them how the date is ruined, they're never going to talk to you again. And then in a week, when it actually does appear in your reality, realizing that you created that because you responded to that situation in a way that wasn't favorable to you. Every circumstance that comes up cannot affect you if you don't let it in. If you always declare everything working for you in the best possible way, the only thing that can happen for you is things working out for you in the best possible way. It's easy to do this when you see 3D validation all the time. The money's rolling in, the SP's being sweet to you, your job is working out for you, things are rolling through smoothly. When the water gets a little turbulent and things start maybe perceivedly disappearing or perceivedly going away that used to set you off, that's when you need to bring in these techniques, these tools, these whatever works for you to calm yourself down, bring yourself back to a home base where you can tell yourself, I don't respond to things like that anymore. I am the person who has it all. So in being the person that has it all, that old definition doesn't apply to me. Your thoughts are just your thoughts. They're coming from an identity that either serves you or doesn't serve you. And if you keep yourself reminding yourself over and over again of who you are on a consistent basis for maybe a couple of weeks, you're going to see your reality shift in a way that is monumental. And you most likely won't even have it in you to respond to those situations that you used to in the way that you used to, because you will feel like a changed person, because you are a changed person. The point is, you have to be consistent with staying in your new identity. If you do not stay in your new identity and constant, that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. That doesn't mean you can't have emotional meltdowns. That doesn't mean you can't respond to things, but bring yourself back to that identity over and over again until your subconscious mind has no other choice but to submit to the fact that you are now said identity. You are now that person who has the job that you want. You're that person that has the guy that you want, or girl, or whoever. That person that has all that money in your bank account, and you will see your 3D shift. If you don't believe this to be true, read success stories. Look up things that give you the faith and the belief system that you can consciously create a new identity and a new reality with the tools and techniques that people give you. Or you don't even need a technique. You can just keep reminding yourself over and over of who you are, and it will eventually become true. If you again don't believe, write a list, like I tell you, mini manifestation list of pointless things that you don't care if they manifest, and see how they manifest in your reality over and over again until you show yourself how powerful you truly are. If you look on your algorithm for YouTube, you'll notice as you up level in this game and your conscious awareness starts becoming greater, your videos get better. Your videos get more on point. They take you to a next level of the manifestation game. It's the same way life works for you. Each identity that you bump up to, everything becomes easier and easier and easier until you get to a point where you are almost in a place where the 3D means nothing to you, because you've already proved to yourself that you are the one who selects what happens for you next, not your 3D. Your 3D is your 3D. It's an effect. So when you're fighting against your 3D, you're fighting yourself, because you at some point have thought the things that led to that place. You at some point have declared those situations to be true, which created the reality that you live in right now. And that's not a guilt or shame thing. It's just to say, look at how bloody powerful you are. You've created things you don't want. Now start creating things that you do. If y'all have questions, which I don't believe you will because y'all are so smart and powerful, you know what to do. I love y'all, but not as much as y'all should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Thursday. Bye!